And a very good afternoon to you all. Good morning, depending on where you are watching from across the globe. I hope you are well and I hope your day has started off just right, or maybe you are in the middle of the day like we are in the UK. But it's an absolute pleasure to have your company. My name, as you can see right along the bottom there, is Craig Laird, and I'm with you for an hour and a half, Monday to Friday. And what we're going to do is we showcase some of the most incredible deals that are coming up throughout the day on Crafters TV, and many of them that I get to handpick myself, so we can do a little bit of crafting. But not only that, you know, we like to get chatty, we like to get interactive. So what we're also going to be doing as well, and I'm really excited about this one here, is going to be sharing many random crafts of kindness. Now, what we've got, many of you have already sent in some pictures and some stories of, you know, random crafts of kindness, you know, whether it's with your crafty friends or just something that's made you smile. And what we want to do is we're going to be showing these and talking about them and reading a few stories throughout Wake Up Call. But what I want you to do is, if you've got any other ones, you know, you'll maybe at the minute, you'll maybe think, I'm not sure exactly what Craig means. When you hear some of the stories that we're going to be reading, you might think, oh gosh, yeah, that's so-and-so done this for me, or so-and-so done it for my friend. So what I want you to do is I want you to send us a picture, if you've got a picture, and just give us a little bit of detail as to what your random crafts of kindness is. And you're going to just send that to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and you never know, you might get them read out in upcoming shows as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So while we're going to be doing that and incorporating that throughout today on Wake Up Call, what we're also going to be doing is we're going to be showcasing what's coming up as well later on in the day. So with it being Wednesday, we have another craft along, phenomenal. You loved Jan's yesterday. We've got another one today with Debbie Robinson's back in the building. And also with it being Wednesday, it means it's Creative Cravens. So if you're going to be coming along and joining in with Debbie, that is then of course Craft Along. So that's going to be 3 p.m. here in the UK. For you guys stateside, that's 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then what I want you to do, it's after myself, it's Debbie for the rest of the day. So she's going to be back when it comes to Creative Cravens. That's 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. But just like Debbie for the next 2 shows after Wake Up Call, and also on Wake Up Call, we need someone just to be holding the fort, interacting with all of you as well as myself and Debbie. And he's in, and we are kind of colour coordinated this afternoon. And Ben's come back. Hi, Ben.
Hi, I do love the fact that we are colour coordinating. It wasn't planned. It was just out of luck. I just felt like a pink shirt day today, and I'm so glad that we have matched up and we're colour coordinating. Yeah, we've got loads coming up on this show and right throughout the day today as well. I'm super pumped for the craft along a little bit later on, and super pumped in just a bit to tell you about our deal of the day, which is coming up to something which is here for just 24 hours, and something you will certainly be wanting to get your hands on because, well, it's got some added bonuses, let's just say that. As Craig was saying as well, I shall be here looking at the comments. If you want to get in touch with us on Facebook and on YouTube, and particularly focusing on those random crafts of kindness. If we don't feature them on the show today, maybe next week, because it's something that we're going to be running on Wednesdays here on the Wake Up Call for the weeks to come. So get in touch with us, and hopefully we'll make it a nice and interactive show.
We absolutely will. I'll make sure of that. Both of us will make sure of it. Right, let's have a look and see what's coming up in Craft Along later on today with Debbie. So this is all about our word die collection. So you can see that full bundle when it comes to that one on your screen there. So you are going to be, in essence, what it's going to be doing, you're going to be getting your dies. These are good, sizable dies. Also, you got your stamps as well, but it even works out that you get the stencils for free. How fab is that? Woohoo. So that is, we all love free. What's your favourite price, Ben?
Free!
Johnny? Charlotte? They were shouting free.
They were saying
They don't like
free.
to pay for anything either. But what you're going to be doing is you work out is you're going to be paying for the dies. So you can see that on the screen right now. So that is your Gemini shaped word die collection. 35 elements in total. That's incorporating the dies, the stencils, and even the stamps included. £80.95 here in the UK. For you guys stateside, £90.75. And if you are across in Europe, you just need to go across to crafterscompanion.eu. All your details will be there. But this is what Debbie is going to be doing when it comes to our craft along. Go across onto our social media pages. We'll show it later on as well as a bit of a shopping list. Now you can be crafting along live. However, because we've got this full bundle, bringing this full bundle today means that if you've not got the collection, then you've got the opportunity today to buy it still at that incredible saving. You're in Club Inspire, like I know many of you are, you get it for even less. That means that when you do receive it at home, you could be crafting along at your heart's content. Now, the only difference is, of course, it won't be live after today, but it doesn't matter. You can then just craft along, watch it back. You can pause it if you want to, reverse little bits if you want to. It's entirely up to yourself, because everything that we do is stored on our YouTube. You know, you'll find them on Facebook and that as well, but the best place to always go is YouTube, where you can click and subscribe. So that's what's coming along in the craft along, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Now, something that would potentially work really well with this as a backdrop, or maybe as a little gift or that, this is all about our Gemini multimedia 5x7 jigsaw die and the mount board, where you're getting 20 sheets. Now, this is $29.99 here in the UK, $39.95 for you guys stateside. Everyone is already getting that saving of 20%. And as I say as well, Club Inspire, you'll be paying even less than that. Now, that jigsaw, that enables you to make a 24-piece jigsaw. Going to go through your Gemini with the multimedia platforms. We're going to go through all of that. Also the shape word dies, but also these in Wake Up Call. However, these is what's going to be featured on Creative Cravens with Debbie and Ben at the end of the day, being end of the day here in the UK, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And if we're going to be using words, if we are then going to be doing jigsaws, we want to do a bit of foiling as well. Now, foil press is going to be on with Creative Cravens. I'm not going to let the day go by without actually having it on Wake Up Call. So I've managed to get my hands on it. This is now your Gemini monogram foil stamp collection with 7 elements. Now, these are the outer frames. Now, you may have the original smaller alphabets that originally came out in the past. You might want to pop them in. You can use them individually if you want. Use them as a frame, a tag, or something to stamp your sentiment on if you wish. So a nice little collection there, being 7 elements. £36 here in the UK, $60 for you guys stateside. You get that saving straight away at the bottom, and then you'll also get your Club Inspire. Once you go and pop them into your basket and check out, you will see your Club Inspire drop off then. So really nice big selection of products, whether it's larger cards you want to do, maybe it's smaller cards, you know, with the foiling frames, maybe you even want to do little gifts or games using the jigsaw, then of course you can incorporate that as well. So this not only is what's coming up throughout the day on Crafters TV, this is what we're going to be focusing on the next kind of like hour and 20 minutes. However, it's not the only thing we're going to be focusing on, is it, Mr. Ben?
No, it isn't, Mr. Craig, because I have got for you the deal of the day. This is phenomenal, and I know there's been a lot of chat about our craft kits, because we launched the new one yesterday, box number 36. This is box number 23. It is your Floral Decoupage craft kit, and this is phenomenal. These boxes are such huge value for money on any other day of the week, but today you're going to get to take this home for £20 or $20. If you're a platinum member, that equates to £16 or $16, and you also get, as I say, this is only live for 24 hours, 100 bonus points too. And this is phenomenal. 275 individual elements within this collection. And also in here, it allows you, with the dies that you've got and the decoupage sheets, to be able to create floral decoupage with ease. These boxes are jam-packed full of goodies for you. And again, just a couple of the designs there for you that you can create. But as I said, you've got all your metal dies in there. So all the metal dies that cut the layers of decoupage for you. You've got stamps included in here too, card blanks and envelopes. You've got your printed papers, 48 decoupage sheets, 24 of each of the designs. You've got your coloured card pack, and then we've got all of the embellishments in there as well. Things like your pearls, things like your ribbon. Amazing value for money. I know there was a lot of chat yesterday about a few people going, oh, well, I've missed out on a few of the craft kits. I haven't got this box, that box. If you haven't got box number 23, this is the day to jump in and grab it, because you get that lower price, you get 100 bonus points, and you get a huge amount of craftability. Again, if you're shopping to buy a gift for someone who's crafty in your life, You cannot go wrong with these, especially at this price today. But get it, it's only live for the next 24 hours. Keep those comments coming in as well. We will have a look at those. I've already seen a few of you have sent in a few random crafts of kindness. We'll read a few of those out and see some of the ones which you've been sending in to us as well on the email in just a bit. But Craig is poised. He's like a coiled spring the other side of the studio, ready to get crafted. What are you going to show us, mister?
Rightio, we're going to have a look at this. Why not? It's decoupage, which I absolutely adore. So let's have a look at some of the things that you can be making when it comes to this kit here. Now within this one here, what it's enabling you to do is exactly that. Floral decoupage. You've got two designs within this full set. So you can see this gorgeous one here. So you've got that detail, you've got the decoupage onto this bit. So you've got that image, but then you've also got this one as well. Now, as Ben was going over just a moment ago, you've got the papers, you've got the coloured papers, you've got some stamps and that to go with it, and some ribbon. Nice little collection with it because you're getting all of the elements. All you need to do is just add some adhesive. Not only are you getting the paper pad to die cut, you get the stamps to go with them as well. So you can then stamp out your own design, colour them, and then die cut them as well. So that's some of the things that you can be making. And then what we'll do very quickly as well, I know Ben verbally went over it, but let's just let you see that you do get your ribbons, you do get your petals as well. And then straight away you can see from up above that colour tones, that is what you're going to see running throughout the papers. So you get them. Of course, you get your card blanks as well. So 5x7. You also get your little C6 and little 5x5s as well. Also included with the envelopes. But then look at your 8x8 papers here. So your colour tones are simply gorgeous. We've had a lot of brights as of late, which is lovely. We all love brights. This is just dimming it down very slightly, and it's a nice colour palette to have. But then look at these ones, Ben. Look at the pattern papers that run throughout here.
Gorgeous.
All matte as well, so you can still come and ink on them, emboss on them if you so wish. But I know what you're thinking, Ben.
Yeah, what am I
Ben,
thinking then? What am I
you
thinking?
are thinking, how do they work, Craig?
Do you know what? Funnily enough, I was just literally just then thinking, yeah, well, these are great, but how do they work, Craig?
How do they work? Okay, let me show you. I am so glad you asked that. Within the actual box as well, what you've got is these little 4x4 pads.
Yes.
Now, each of these ones, so half of them are one design and the other half is the other design that you can see here. Now, if you've seen Wake Up Call yesterday with me and Ben and my mum, you'll have seen we've done a very similar type of die
Where's your mum
cutting.
today?
My mum is chilling out back at my house today. She is indeed. Yeah, she probably is actually watching, Johnny. She probably is.
We need her back in again. I mean, not today, but we definitely need to get her back in again. There's a lot of love for your mum.
There was a lot of love. It was lovely. It was a lot of lovely comments as well. So thank you very much. She loved it as well because I was on HSN throughout the night.
Yeah.
So she stuck about for a wee while anyway. And she was watching me and Sarah doing
Oh, was she back up for HSN last night in the studio?
Not on. No, not on.
She's getting everywhere.
No. I draw the line. I draw the line at Wake Up Call. You know what I mean? Wake Up Call, yeah. No.
Yeah.
She had a blast. Yeah. So what we've got within these ones here, just to clarify, she was watching from behind the scenes.
Ah, good.
Yeah, just to clarify that one.
She mentioned never been on TV before, then like a star of the UK, and then all of a sudden she's on in the States as well. Conquered the world in one day. Craig's mum.
Oh, could you imagine? I know. Oh, she really would have been nervous with that one. Now, what we've got is all these dies. These all correspond to the little paper pad here. So all of these are going to correspond with this image, and same with these ones here. These are all going to correspond with these ones here. You've got little sentiments as well here. You've got little round discs. So if you want to create your own little foam pads, you know, when it comes to our A4 foam pad sheets, you can do. So that's all optional. And these dies that I've showed you, they're also going to work well with the stamp set that you get to coordinate. So let's pop that there so that you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to come along and we're going to start to assemble these bits. So this is where exactly the same as myself and Mum were doing yesterday, or any of our other decoupage in the past. There's a little notch on the side of each one, and this says A1. Now this image here, at the side here, at the bottom, it says A1.
Yeah.
So I'm going to overlay that onto the top, and then what I'm going to do is, once I get it right where I need it, and now there's no pressure here because my mum got it perfect yesterday.
I know, seriously, like she'd been decoupaging for years.
It was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So imagine if I come along and I muck it up.
Well, yeah, you might not be back on next week.
Maybe not.
You'd be your mum instead.
Maybe Mum will have an extended stay at mine.
To be fair, she had a good teacher yesterday.
Ah, bless
She
you.
had a good teacher.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It
a
was.
lot of fun.
She was brilliant. It was awesome again, because obviously she was a little bit nervous and chatting to her before, but she sort of eased into it quite quickly, and all of a sudden I think, you know, she'd have been happy to have actually come back on today and done another stint. I think she really enjoyed it, didn't she?
She did. She really did. Everyone was lovely here, as well as obviously the comments from you guys at home, but everyone here at Crafters Companion, because of course we're still at the moment, you know, limited staff with everything that's going on. So everyone that was in here, it was all lovely to see. So what we can then do, now this is going to go through your MIDI as well, so a nice little set if you've only got the MIDI. But what I'm going to do is pop that onto my Gemini Junior plate, and I'm going to do my plastic, magnetic, and then my top plate. Now what I am going to do, some of you eagle-eyed crafters out there may have noticed we've got a little bit extra space now. So we've got a little bit more manoeuvrability, so we can have bits just popped about, so we're going to be able to showcase what we're doing.
New furniture?
New furniture. So that's part of the reason why we've got no sparkle pens on the show, no ink pads on the show, because I don't want to be the first one to mess it up.
Debbie's coming up later on. Oh no, you know what's going to happen, don't you? You know what's going to happen. First day of it, and Debbie's going to be in.
Although I say that, I do have some of the water reactive ink pads when it comes to the word dyes just shortly. But yeah, I'm staying away from the sparkle pens today.
Be
or any
careful.
inks. And now what I've done is I'm taking my foam pads and I'm going to layer these ones up, giving them a little bit of height. Have you done much decoupage in the past, Ben?
I have done some decoupaging actually. I think, I mean, obviously if you watched me yesterday on the craft along, you'll have seen me doing a bit of crafting, bit of die cutting. But decoupage is one of those things that I feel able to do on live TV. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where it's quite self-explanatory, and even more so with the kits that we bring you, because it's all sort of numbered up. You get all of the dies for you there as well. So it does make it nice and simple. I think it's a nice sort of easy sort of entry-level craft for people just starting off, but it produces amazing results for you, doesn't it?
It does. It really, really does. You know, and I just concur what you've just said there a minute ago. It is very easy, but the result is that spectacular.
Yeah.
Is it gives you such a boost to see that you've created that real, you know, that not only the imagery design, but the way that it just stands out onto your card or your project.
But I just think it's nice as well, maybe for all crafters, because there must be days when you love getting stuck into, like, you know, quite a technical project, and there's lots of measuring and lots of cutting and things like that to do. You must enjoy those days, but then there must also be those days where you just want a bit of a quick crafty fix, or you just want a quick nice embellishment or focal point for a card. And this is where it's perfect, isn't it?
Perfect isn't even the word. You know, you're spot on what you said there, because there is days that are like that. You know, I can see you there, just feeling proud. But you're right. There is days, you know, that you need to do something creative, but maybe your mind's just not in a place to be overly detailed with what you're doing, or, you know, maybe the composition, you just maybe can't fit it right. So what to do is do your decoupage, do your die cutting. You know, you could assemble these, pop them into a box, and then actually create a card at a later date.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to create the card straight away. So you could be doing that. You're still doing something creative. However, what you are doing is just giving yourself that little bit of time, work out what you're going to do with the ones that you've already assembled.
And obviously we've got this really great kit today with floral decoupage, but actually it's not just floral decoupage that you can do, Craig, is it? Because like I think of like the nitwit kits that we've got, the hunky-dory kits. There's loads of different things that you can decoupage with, isn't there?
Oh, there is. Yeah, there's loads and loads of things that you can decoupage if you so wish. You know, it is just that trial and error as well. When I say it's more of a trial, it's not an error. Have a play, die cut, see what you come up with, see how it looks, and then yeah, you'll be absolutely fine. Once you start, you just can't stop.
That's it. There's a question coming in from Nee, who wants to know what you've got in your stemless cup at the front there. Because you've obviously got your two new cups there. So you've got your tea mug, which I'm sure you've got black tea in there.
I do.
What's in the other mug? Nee wants to know.
So this usually I would just have a little bit of diluting juice.
But today's red wine.
Not quite. Not yet.
Oh.
Not yet. It is. I can see the brand, can't I? It's Lucozade. A little bit of Lucozade, just I feel absolutely fine. But because obviously I was up very early with HSN, and Kelly very kindly tried to get someone to do this show for me. I was like, no, I want to do it, Kelly. I want to do it. Because I was explaining yesterday, actually, to you as well, Ben, is it doesn't matter, you know, I could go to bed at 10 at night or 4 in the morning. I'm still up and awake at 9 in the morning.
Serious?
So I was like, no, I'll still come in and I'll do a wake-up call. So a little bit of Lucozade just to give me that little bit of a boost.
Well, you're looking bright and breezy and ready to go. I wouldn't have known that you were up till. What time did you get to bed?
I got to bed at 20 past 4 this morning. I did indeed. 20 past 4.
And what time do you get back up again? At 9?
Well, I set my alarm for 8:30. And then I hit the snooze.
Yeah.
At 7:30. No, 8:30. 8:30, yep. And then I hit the snooze button for 20 to 9, 10 to 9.
You were up and ready to
5
go.
to 9. And then I thought, right, let's get in the shower now. Get in the shower and hit the road. And that's exactly what we did. So
dangerous, isn't it? If you keep hitting that snooze button, it's like 5-minute intervals and all of a sudden you miss one and you wake up an hour later. Been there, done that.
Well, I've not done that while working with Crafter's Companion. May have done that once before in a previous job in retail, but not with Crafter's Companion.
The good news here, though, is the fact that your wake-up call doesn't start until midday.
Yeah.
The likelihood of you actually... I mean, can you imagine if you were late for work because you overslept?
I know, could you imagine? Could you imagine that? Oh, gosh, no.
Back to the student days.
I know, eh? But here we've got a really simple card, and that's all that is simply layering up your dies onto your card. And then this is the one I've done before. The only difference is I added a bow that I'd hand-tied from that set. So other than the nesting dies that I've got into here, as well as the adhesive, it's all from that Floral decoupage kit that Ben, well, I just showed you there, and Ben was going over a minute ago as well. Really good set within this one.
It is fantastic, and I tell you what, it's that fantastic. A quarter of the stock has already gone. Deal of the day, it is stock versus Clark. This is around for 24 hours or while stocks last at this particular deal. So it's box number 23, as you've seen, making decoupage nice and easy. This honestly is a great first step into card making, but actually, as you've seen, look at the cards that you can create as an absolute beginner. 275 individual elements, and of course you've got the 48 sheets of decoupage in there as well. Once those have run out, no fear, because you've got the stamps to match up with the dies which are in the box. Get this today at this price with 100 bonus points as well. If this deal is still around tomorrow, it won't be at this deal, all right? Now, bonus points galore at the minute, and something else which has got the opportunity for you to pick up 50 bonus points is our Get It, Got It, Good deal. Yeah, this is brilliant. Again, if it's storage you're after, this is absolutely fantastic. It's the large storage folder. It comes with your acrylic panels for your stamps and also 3 magnetic panels too. It works out, this deal, that if you go for it today, you're getting those magnetic panels that you're seeing there for free. It's $24.98 or $31.94, less your 20% discount if you're platinum. A great way to get organised and get yourself sorted with your stamps and dies. Yeah, and that deal, of course, is live for the rest of this week, or again, whilst stocks last. Busy old show. Let's say hello to a few of you who are already in and crafting with us. Stacey Allen on Facebook says, this is my first time watching a wake-up call. Well, hello, Stacey. Lovely to have your company. Lots of hellos to do as well, actually. Loads of people already up and about. Alison's in from New York. Patty from Michigan. Kim from Florida. Suzanne says, hi, everyone. It's evening here in Canberra, Australia. Fran's in from Maryland. Deborah's in from Louisiana. And more of you as well. Alison is saying, just received mine the other day, cut out a happy card and used a stencil for a background, talking about the shaped word dies. It was easy, which I loved. And Aisha Dennison on Facebook says, good morning, Craig and Ben. This was my very first CC buy, chatting about the box that we've just been looking at. But as I said, lots to come on the show today and lots to come right throughout the day today as well, including a little bit later on with our craft along. We've got those shaped word dies, and I think those are the ones that we're going to have a little look at now. For those of you, by the way, who are thinking about doing the craft along, if you've already got these, check our socials, because you'll be able to see the full list of everything that you'll need if you want to craft along with us at 3 o'clock. Yesterday's craft along, we had so many of you joining in and so many great finished projects that we saw later in the day as well. So if you're not quite sure what you need, head to our socials and everything is there. But let's have a look with Craig at these. What do you make of these then, Craig?
Well, do you know what? I think we'll go one step further there. We'll go over the list right now for you. So let's go over the list. So this is what you're going to need. So let's go through it. So we are going to go and use our shape word die, friend, the stencil, confetti hearts, celebration sentiments, clear acrylic stamps. We are needing black card, white stamping card, acetate, ribbon, gems/pearls and sequins. Now, additional elements that you might want to use, or you will need to use, is this is going to be your scoreboard, guillotine, clear glitter and clear embossing powder, red liner tape and all-purpose glue, foam on a roll, ink daubers, and then you're going to need, from the opaque pigment ink pad selection, it's fuchsia, parakeet and lemon tonic. So that is what you're going to need to actually be crafting along with Debbie. Now, just to say as well, like any of the craft alongs, you know, Debbie's going to be using the friend. Actually, it's what I'm going to use in a minute. You might want to use one of the other ones. You might want to change the colours that Debbie's doing. It's entirely up to you. But if you want to make exactly what Debbie's going to be doing, then that's your shopping list. If you need to go back to it, then either we'll go over it again at the end of the show, or what you can do is, Ben says, go across onto social and you'll be able to see the list there. But let's have a look at these ones here. So it is your Gemini shape word die collection, 35 elements in total, where you're getting the dies, you're getting the stamps, but you're getting the stencils as well to create the background. So you can go for the full set, which we've got on the show at £80.95 or $90.75. If you are new to us, you're not in Club Inspire, it doesn't matter. Everyone gets that saving at the bottom of your screen. But of course, if you are in Club Inspire, you will be paying less than that. Now, these ones are so much fun. Actually, I tell you what, if you are in Platinum, $64.76 or $72.60 for Platinum if you're in that. So a really additional good saving. So that's everything, your stencils, your stamps, and also the main dies as well. So you've got your 5 die sets, you've got your 5 stencils, and you've got your sentiments with 20 stamps on them. So if you've never seen these working before, this is how they are used. So we are going to bring in our die set here. Now these, size-wise, they're going to go through your Gemini Midi. And your, definitely not going to go through your Gemini Midi, that's for sure. Yeah. Don't even try, it's impossible. Definitely your Midi and also your Junior, and that's exactly what we're going to use. And with the die, you've got 2 dies. So you've got the one that actually die cuts the word, and then you've also got the outline die as well. So what we're going to do is I've brought in some black cardstock and I've already scored a line and I'm going to burnish it. And the size of this, at the moment, Ben, it doesn't really matter the size of the card blank, as long as it's big enough to fit your outline die.
Got you.
And with the outline die, it's a die line all the way around, apart from the top. It's harder to see, but there's not actually a die cut line there. So what that enables you to do is sit it onto your cardstock, and then we're going to sit it on our card and we're going to push it up slightly just until the top of the die runs along the top edge of the card blank. Then what we can do is we can come along and let's tape that one on. We can then come along once again and we're going to secure this side. And this is now, once we've cut it, this is going to give us this really phenomenal outline of a card blank. So if I set that into place, and then it is our same plate configuration. So even although we've got, basically it's 2 layers of black cardstock because we've folded them in half, you can see how in a moment it's going to die cut just perfectly. So what I'm then going to do is if we bring this one out, taking it out, and I'm going to be a bit careful not to catch the cardstock, and I'm going to just feed this one out. And we're going to be using these for projects such as cards and that, but the things that you could be making, different elements in the fact of maybe scrapbook elements, because you don't have to use all layers, and I'll explain that again in a moment. But this actually gives you the outline of the word friend. So what we can then do is take the actual die that says friend, and then I'm also going to cut that into white cardstock and also into gold matte cardstock, Ben.
Brilliant. It's again one of those things, isn't it? Once you see it sort of broken down into stages, really, really simple to do, but the cards, really striking.
They really are.
Loads of love coming in for these as well. Lots of love for your stint on HSN yesterday as well.
Thank you.
Including Evelyn, who says, "You did such a great job yesterday, Craig. I had lots of fun watching you showing the Hunky Dory and Sharon Callis products." So yeah, lots of love for your HSN stint.
It was nice. It was so much fun because that was actually my first stint since, I want to say about November, maybe October or November.
Was it?
It was, yeah.
Oh, yes. I thought you were like a regular on there now.
I am and I am, but because Sarah wasn't on in December.
Right.
Our last stint of the year is always about November. And then with the start of the year, it's kind of January, February, March, because we've got a lot of new products at Crafter's Companion. And there was a few elements with what's going on in the world. Some of the products I had on yesterday was meant to be on earlier in the year, but just with delays in that just took a little bit longer. But I am, I believe, going by my emails the other week, that's me on HSN every craft day for the remainder of the year.
Whoa, there we go.
I know.
Excellent
And
news.
I may have a little bit of insight as to what to expect over the coming months.
Yeah, like what?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, well, you can't say that and then not say, can you?
Nope.
God,
Nope.
dear, oh dear, the ultimate tease. What are you like?
I'm not like Joe. You won't break me. You won't break me. Joe'll just blurt it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just blurt you out. Me, on the other hand, I love my job. And I want to keep my job.
Now, quick question here, and this is a good one. Okay, so obviously you've got the 2 different dies for each of the words that you got, but Kathy wants to know why you didn't cut out the white and gold cardstock at the same time when you cut out the actual, the sort of, well, the card blank, I suppose, if you like.
Very good question for that one there. The reason, if I need to do 2 layers, other than creating my own card blank, the reason I don't do them together, you can, because the power of the Gemini will absolutely cut it, but I'm going to do a little bit of a drop shadow. If I do them at the exact same time, this top layer, we get a really nice, clean, crisp, rounded die cut edge all the way around. The bottom layer, because this top layer is stopping the die from giving the bottom layer a nice, crisp, clean look. So it can come a little bit fluffy at the edges. It's not completely flat. It looks a bit rough. So I will always, where possible, recommend die cutting each layer individually. You can do a couple of layers at once if you want, but if you can, do them individually and you're going to get that crisp, clean cut every single time when it comes to each individual layer.
Good
so
stuff.
That's why I'll always do them separate. Occasionally I might do them together. If I do that, it's only because of time, but I will always just do them all individually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you've got that option. And then look at this stencil set, Ben. All of the bubbles on this one.
And it works out as well that you get the stencils and the stamps for free within this collection.
It does, wasn't it? Yeah, well, that was just after we'd done the start of the show, because I knew that you got the stencils. It worked out the stencils for free. I couldn't believe that you actually got the stamps as well. That's how I was a little bit hesitant at the start, because I was like, is it really you're getting the stamps as well? But yeah, you do.
It's one of those, isn't it, where you sort of hesitant to say it, and you're kind of waiting for, producer Johnny to kind of, jump in and go, yeah, go on, go on.
Go for it, go for it.
Get in there.
You just wait on that okay, so if it's wrong, it's like, well, Johnny told me.
Yeah, Johnny said.
Johnny said.
So just blame it on Johnny.
Johnny, yep.
Yeah.
But and the thing is as well, with these ones, now it works out as a few of your different sentiments, but your stencils, all your stencils, you can use any time of the year. And then when I come in, if I just quickly bring in the stamp set, birthday, and you've got them in a couple of fonts, birthday, so much, with love, special, anniversary, as well as a few more. Other than Christmas time, these are going to work so many occasions throughout the year. So it's not as if it's only honed in at just autumn time or just springtime. You can really mix and match them with all the different occasions. And that's what I love, when we're able to do that, Ben, mixing and matching.
Absolutely. Adriana just saying, I love these dies, simple to work with, but the final product looks like it took lots of effort. Recipients have been so impressed, I bet. And there's some great words in there as well, kind of for all of those occasions. And once again, we've done that thing where, you don't have to be at like level experts to work with these. I think the majority of our products, actually, you can be a first-time crafter and still get the same results as everybody else.
Absolutely. And I think that just works right across Crafter's Companion. And what I mean by that is, what you've just said there, but obviously we're so lucky that we get to bring to you Sharon Callis, we get to bring Hunky Dory, all of which, if you are a beginner, perfect. Such a confidence builder when it comes to your crafting. If you are more advanced, then you take it to the next level. There's no right or wrong way. You use them as to how you feel comfortable. And if that's very, very simply, for instance, cardstock folding it in half, sticking a topper on, go for it. Yeah. If it's more advanced than that, go for it.
But that's where you start though, surely, isn't it? You get a set like this, and like you've just said, cut it, stick a nice bit of paper on top or whatever it might be, a little embellishment, away you go. And then you can make some really simple, nice looking cards. But then as you get more confident, surely that's when you start trying to do different things, and you watch us and you have a go at adding little bits and pieces, trying new techniques. It's the starting point, isn't it?
Exactly. Start and it's true what they say, start really, really simple, really simply designs, and then over time you start to build upon it, adding extra bits in. Maybe you recreate something that you've already done, but then do a little bit of embossing on the back instead, or maybe a die cut on the back. So it's small steps. If you want to dive right in, of course you can, but you can go small steps and just work on the layers and the techniques that you're incorporating. Let's bring these ones in. I'm just having a look at the comments now. I'm going to take a quick drink, Ben.
Yep. You need it. Keep your sugar levels up. There's one question which has just come in actually, and this is to do with the Get It Got It Good deal. So the storage folder that we've got, the large storage folder. Do you know roughly how many magnetic inserts you could put in that folder? Because there's obviously 3 within the deal that we've got. How many do you reckon you could get in there?
It depends on the size of dies that you're using.
Okay.
Because if you're using big, thicker ones, like for instance, multimedia dies, then obviously they're thicker, so they're going to take up more space. So it just, depends on the thickness. I honestly, I couldn't say exactly how many full magnetic sheets it's going to hold.
Okay.
What you need to think of as well is you don't want to ram it full, because you don't want to potentially damage the actual ring binder aspect.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a very good point.
So, it's a really good question. It is one of those. I would judge it yourself.
Well, maybe you can let us know if you've already got one of them at home. How many have you managed to get in yours? I mean, we could take a bit of a straw poll and see what the sort of average is. But like you said, that is a good point. Depends on the size of the dies, I suppose. And like you say, you don't want to get to the point where you're ramming it and then the ring binder gets bent, or the handle falls off, or whatever it might be. So, yes, good question.
It is.
That we didn't answer.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's kind of like each to their own, isn't it, in that aspect of it. So here, what I've done on this one is I've done a little bit of a drop shadow with the gold, and then within the frame, I've gone over with some water reactive ink. Now this one, compared to the finished sample I'm going to show you, I've gone a lot more subtle within this one with some parakeet pink tulip. Then I went around the edge with the spring meadow on this one here, and then layered it straight onto my black card. Then what I'm also going to do is I've also got another piece of white cardstock here. So let me have a look. Let's see if I've got my stamping. Where's my stamping platform? That's the thing, is see when everything's all new, Ben, as well. It's
you mean it's organised under there now? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's organised.
Too organised.
Have
you not got one?
Right, doesn't seem to be. So if I think here, I've in my bag here, I've got a little acrylic block, so that will be fine. So let's use that one, and let's go for special. So it'll be special friend. But what we've got, I picked up on it just shortly, or not that long ago, Ben. So if I bring this one in, see how we've got special in two different fonts there. So you can pick whichever you want. I'm going to go for that real simplistic font there. And we can bring this one out. I
think it works quite nicely with the sort of shape of the letters.
It does,
for your
doesn't
die, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Very kind of like straight edges, isn't there? Straight lines within these ones.
So the straight-edged crafter.
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
Dana's asking, is your tape roller a permanent or semi-permanent? Was it low-tack tape you got on your tape roller? What have you been using?
So these ones, this is our permanent ones.
Oh, is that what, sorry,
so these are our permanent tape runners, and then to hold my dies into place, I'm using our low-tack tape.
Got you.
Yep. So yeah, our tape runners are permanent tape runners.
Yes. Super sticky.
Super sticky.
Oh yes.
If you place it down, if you don't press too hard, you will be able to gently remove it from the layer, but as soon as you've popped it down and put the pressure on, then that's it, stuck in place, and politely, you've got no chance to remove it. No chance whatsoever. So stamped out special, and then using a few of the other colours, I've gone over the side as well. So what we can then do is let's bring in a foam pad again. So we're going to bring one in, and then what I'll do is I'll also show you the one that I done actually the other day, and we've gone with a little bit more bright of colour. So we can go into here, and then I've also got some string. I'm going to get a little bunch together.
Oh, what are you doing?
So I've got 4 little lengths, no specific lengths as such at the moment. I'm going to tie a knot.
Yeah.
And then what we can do as well, let's take these scissors. I'm going to shorten it slightly, not quite a wee bitty. I'm going to do this one there and then there. Let's bring in my glue gel for this one. As it's an embellishment, what I like to do is use my glue gel.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come in, I'm actually going to pop it here.
Right.
And then what we're going to do is I'm going to pop that there. I'm actually going to shorten that a little bit more. Just gives it a little bit more of a different take. It gives it something else for the eye to look at as well. So that's this take.
Nice.
How that looks. And then what I'm going to show you is one in a moment, after we're showing you this one, what it looks like when you really go to town on the colour. So doing exactly what I've done, but when it comes to inking, really gone a lot more heavy-handed, which looks like that.
Cool, blimey.
So you've got the two. So the difference.
Yeah.
So it really, it obviously looks the same as in what we've used, but colour tones, it could be more appealing to the eye, or it could be more reframed if you want. It's entirely up to yourself. But that, certainly with the friend one, that's what Debbie is going to be using in the craft along, which you can too, or you might want to use one of the other ones. But the craft along, if you've not got these products yet and you want to get your hands on them, these are the Gemini Shape Word Die Collection. 35 elements in total, so it works out as you are paying for the dies, you're getting the stencils and the stamps for free.
Free!
How much, Ben? Free! $89.95 here in the UK, $90.75 for you guys stateside. A phenomenal bundle for your big cards and sentiments.
It really is. Loads of lovely comments still coming in. Thank you to Craig for those demos. Thank you for all those comments coming in as well. And thank you for all the messages coming in concerning our random crafts of kindness. So we're doing this every Wednesday on Wake Up Call. We started it last week, and it's basically all about when have you crafted just because. When have you sent a card to somebody just because you wanted to cheer them up? When have you made something for somebody just because you wanted to put a smile on their face? I mentioned the example of my daughter a few years ago when her class decided to do like some random acts of kindness. It was around Christmas time, and they thought what a great way to be able to cheer up all the folks in the old folks home by making them all Christmas cards. So they all made their own Christmas cards and delivered them to the people in the old folks home. They did a little carol concert for them as well, which was super cute. But it's things like that when, we're not talking about making cards just for a birthday or, the kind of day-to-day things. When have you crafted just because out of kindness? And we've had some lovely stories coming in. Do keep sending yours in, because if we don't feature them today, we will feature them on Wednesdays to come in the next few weeks. But we've got a couple to look at first up, and this is from Terry Anderson, who says, these fabrics will become pillowcases for a children's hospital. I met a grandmother that started this organisation because her granddaughter made a full recovery in this hospital. She wanted to give back, so she donates pillowcases to cheer up the kiddos that need to be in the hospital. I fell in love with her story. She mentioned it was hard for her to find people who sew or even own a sewing machine, so I offered my time. I don't have a picture of the completed pillowcases because we just swapped finished ones for more fabric. But again, what a lovely idea. Again, helping out the local hospital, that is exactly the kind of thing that we're looking for. And Terry, thank you so much for sharing your story, really inspirational. And we've also got a story here from Miss Wilson, who says, since COVID-19, my department has been working remotely, so I created a coffee break where I basically set a meeting time where we all meet and just check in with each other. After receiving my mug press, I create mugs for my department and had them delivered on coffee day. They were surprised and enjoyed their personalised mug. It was fun watching them share their particular mug. One person's husband washed the mug and made them some hot chocolate while we were talking. So again, absolutely brilliant, putting your crafty knowledge and crafty skills to good use, and two brilliant stories to kick us off today. We have got some more stories to come a little bit later on and more of your pictures to share. But as I mentioned, if you've done something similar and you'd like to share it with us so we can share it with the rest of the world, you can get in touch with us via the usual way. You can email us studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, send in your story, give us a little bit of blurb like we've just had there, and some pictures as well would be absolutely brilliant, so we can share everything that you've been doing for those random crafts of kindness. Right, we are heading back to Craig now for one of my absolute favourite launches of recent times. We're going to be highlighting this a little bit later on Creative Cravings. When we first got these, they flew out the door. I'm so glad that we've got them back in stock, and we are talking about adding a bit of jigsawing into your crafting. Tell us about these, Craig.
Yeah, as you said, everyone, when they're available to start with, you guys loved them. Absolutely loved them. So we got them back on Creative Cravings. So do you know what that means? It was like, Ben, we have to have them on Wake Up Call.
Oh, yes.
Got to have them on Wake Up Call.
Oh, yes.
That's exactly what we've done. So what we will do, before we have a look, let's have a look and see what everyone is saying. Wendy on Facebook, this is going back to the magnetic sheets in the folder. Wendy on Facebook is saying, I have 6 in mine, but could probably fit more. I just haven't bought any more yet. So that's a good inkling to go by. Dana, we obviously, but my screen just went there. We answered that question about the permanent tape runner. Aisha on Facebook saying, these are super cute and perfect size for scrapbooking, obviously with these words. Perfect for scrapbooking size-wise as well. And then Alison on Facebook is saying, where would you write your sentiment on this card, meaning the one that we've just done? So what we could do on this one here, now obviously we have used it in black, but what you could do is either pop some white cardstock into the middle, or you can make it really, really funky, and the actual die that is friend, die cut that out into white. Also pop that on the reverse, and then you've got little, you can then start to write, you know, in the direction of the word friend. You see what I mean? Or potentially do it in the middle instead. Or, you know, if we want to keep it simple, just do a square of white cardstock into the middle, and you can write your sentiment or stamp your sentiment.
Get your little metallic markers in there if you want just to go on the black.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you could do that one as well. Do you know what you can also do?
Yeah.
Do. You can start to incorporate them with some jigsaws.
Yes, you could.
So let's have a look. This is the jigsaw itself. So you see it on your screen right now. So what you're getting, your Gemini multimedia 5x7 jigsaw die and 20 sheets of mount board. So these ones here, $29.99 here in the UK, $39.95 for you guys stateside. Everyone is getting 20% off, and this enables you to make a 24-piece workable, usable jigsaw. Now look at some of the things that you can be making, because what you might want to do is actually not use it as a workable jigsaw. You might want to use it as a card from, and that's kind of what we're away to do with my demo next. So you can have it straight onto the front of a card if you want. You might want to use it as a shaker element into the middle. This is actually Sarah's boys out in the autumn or winter, maybe even walking. So we can make shakers. What about celebration cards?
Love that.
Christmas time, and even using them as little accents, or big cards here. So using it again.
Who's that?
Who is that? What's she like?
What's she like?
She's in later. She'll be in just shortly, I think.
She will.
So you've got that. Or what about a gift? So that is the front of the box. That's what it's going to make, but inside,
stunning.
You have got all the bits to where you can actually send it as a gift, and they could be making it home. Now, you know, obviously we don't always like to pick up on it at the moment, but there's many people that haven't seen their grandchildren, their nephew, their nieces, anything like that. And if it's still the case, you could be making these ones up and actually sending it to them, maybe like updated photos, that sort of thing that you could be using, or simply use them to make cards. It's entirely up to yourself. So where do we start? What I've already done beforehand is I've taken one of the mount board sheets here. Now this is going to go through your Gemini Junior with the multi-media platforms, and we'll show you that in a sec. What I've already done beforehand, because we want to make sure we'll have enough time to dry, is I've taken a sheet from our summer sunset, and I personally used my tacky glue for this. You could use your permanent sprays if you want. And what we've done is I've just popped it over the top of my mount board, trimmed it off and let it dry. So that's us now good to go. What we can then do is bring in the dye. Multimedia, so we've got this real kind of like a browny coppery kind of look within this dye here. And with this one, Ben, what you're going to do is you're going to change your platform ever so slightly.
Okay.
So we're going to use our 2 cutting plates, and we're going to use our plastic shim. So we're going to pop it onto our base cutting plate, so our mount board, die facing down, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do our plastic shim and then our top cutting plate. Now you'll notice at the moment I've not got like a photo of that, because this demo, it's not going to be a working jigsaw. We're going to use it to create a frame that's going to go on the front of a card. I keep forgetting we've got all this space. I can actually just move over to the side just while the plates are coming
move
out.
Around, do a little dance.
Yeah, a little dance to the side.
Yeah, a little shimmy.
I'm not good at shimmying.
No?
I'm not much of a shimmier,
You
no.
strike me as the type who can shimmy.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. You missed that one, didn't you?
You missed it, I can't believe it. Charlotte, you weren't quick enough. Oh, dear.
So what we can do now is we can take away the dye, and then all of these bits just pop out. So what I'm going to do is we're going to, well, I'll pop some of these out so that you can see, because what I'm actually going to do is not have it as a full bit.
Yeah.
So you can see all of these are die cut beautifully.
That would be one of those jigsaws that would be hard to put together, that one. If you,
It would actually.
Have you seen those jigsaws that are just like baked beans?
Like the baked beans.
Yeah.
Like the baked beans,
like a patch of lawn or something.
Yeah, absolutely, those ones.
1,000 pieces. Have fun.
It's been a while since I've actually done a jigsaw, do you know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, obviously I've done fun ones like these when I've had them on past shows, but actual, you know, like jigsaws. It's been years.
Randomly, we used to have at the radio station I used to work at. We used to have bits and pieces in the office. I think it was a bit. You know, like they always say that the Google offices have like loads of stuff for the staff to do. It was sort of like a poor man's Google at our place because we had a mini Jenga that you could sort of play if you got bored. A little football table, but also on one of the bigger tables in the main office, we always used to have a big jigsaw puzzle there.
Did you?
Yeah, so you could sit down and if you had a few minutes off at work or whatever, you could sit down and sit and do the jigsaw, but guaranteed it'd be one of these like 1,000-piece, as we've just talked about, double-sided baked beans on one side and, I don't know, Skittles on the other.
Skittles on the other.
Impossible to do, so I never bothered. 24-piece like this, much nicer, I think.
It is, isn't it? Much nicer one.
Particularly when you can choose what you're going to put on it as well.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. It can be, maybe you want to just use some of your pattern papers, but the whole thing, the enjoyment is about using the photos that you've got at home and creating your own design if you want.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is, I know I shouldn't have taken it all apart because I didn't need to, but I wanted to do it just to kind of show you how
We've only got 35 minutes left, Craig.
I know, I tried that one. Oh no, it is that one. There we go.
I'm just waiting for Johnny to do his bad jigsaw joke, but he's not said it yet.
Bad jigsaw joke?
Have you not heard it? What was your joke, Johnny? You'll have to remind me. Johnny's joke was, I did a jigsaw the other day, I was so chuffed. It said 3 to 4 years in the box. It only took me 20 minutes.
Oh, the old ones are the best.
Yes, and then I did the joke about the jigsaw I couldn't do. I had a picture of a chicken on the front, and I said to my wife, I can't do this jigsaw. It's really difficult. She said, what jigsaw? I said, this one here with the chicken on the front. She said, Ben, that's a box of cornflakes. You can get a cornflake jigsaw though now, can you? Well, there you go. Producer Johnny, after I told that joke for the millionth time last week, Johnny went out to look for a cornflake jigsaw. So there you go.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
That is so good.
Wow.
Brilliant. I've not heard that one before.
No.
Not heard that one.
Do
you know something?
Yeah?
If you like your recycling and you want to create a jigsaw out your cornflakes or frosties or ricicles or sugar puffs, well, they're not called sugar puffs now, are they? But
are they not?
Honey monsters.
No, they're not.
Honey, yeah. Just they can't have sugar in the title.
Oh.
You know, just try to be healthy. Yeah.
Well, they're called honey monsters.
Honey monsters.
Well,
yeah.
I never did.
Yep, honey monsters. Still sugar puffs to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want, do you know that could be a bit of fun? Any maybe packaging that you've got, Crafter's Companion packaging. You know, you want to run that one through, create a jigsaw of our logo and that. Go for it.
I love
Lots
that.
of ways.
One of Sarah's ideas that she did, she took a picture that one of her boys had drawn and then made a jigsaw out of that, which I think is such a cool idea. Get your kids involved, get the grandkids involved, get them to draw their own pictures, you know, and then make jigsaw puzzles out of them. How amazing would that be as a kid? To have your own picture that you've drawn and coloured made into a jigsaw puzzle. I would have loved that as a kid. I mean, I would love that at 42 years old. Mm-hmm. But I mean, as a kid, what an amazing thing to do.
Yeah. And do you know something? As obviously at the moment, I know you can still sell online and that, but as craft fairs come up, you know, if you get the word out there that you can create your own jigsaws, you know, people could be like, oh, my son or my daughter has drawn this picture. Could you make me a jigsaw out of it?
Yes.
You know, and you know, charge a couple of pounds. You know, more than that if you can get away with it, because you can absolutely do that, and you could be known as the person that makes the jigsaws.
Yes.
Why not?
The
You can do
jigsaw
that.
guy.
Or lady. Or you could then, even if you want to make a few extra pounds, make a little box of that to pop them in.
Yeah.
Go for it. The world's your lobster.
No, absolutely. This is what it's all about, you know, having a bit of fun, but also if you can make a few quid off the back of it too. I thought, I mean, it would be an extravagant jigsaw box, but you know the exploding boxes that we do as well?
Yeah.
I thought putting the jigsaw pieces inside the little box that goes inside the exploding box. I mean, imagine how extravagant that would be.
That would look so smart, wouldn't it? So smart. Now, not because I'm vain or anything like that, but...
Oh, there he is.
Happened to be the only sort of picture I had on my phone. You know, could have been Floyd, it could have been Grayson, it could have been you, Ben, but no, we went with me.
Look at that one, all airbrushed and filtered. Got a bit of a smolder going on there. Have you been watching Jumanji?
Yeah, bet the Rock. Yeah. Good. Looks like the Rock, doesn't it? Looks a bit like the Rock.
More like the Pebble.
Who just done that noise in my ear there? Was that Johnny or Charlotte? How dare you? I just got that. I just got that. Pebble.
The pebble. Oh, you know I love you really.
Oh, I know.
You set me up for that one.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Now, when I was saying earlier on about the tape runners, if you don't press them down too hard to start with, you can still move them about. Now, what I've done is I've reassembled my jigsaw. Now, what obviously I've done is I took it apart to show you, but of course you don't need to take it apart.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you know you look a bit like in that picture, and you'll appreciate this maybe from your wrestling. Yeah, I think you look a little bit like Drew McIntyre.
Do you think so?
A little bit, yeah. Is he the world champion at the minute?
No.
Oh, he's not?
No, it's Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, but
so I need to, every day when I come on to Wake Up Call, I need to come in and I need to do Drew McIntyre's entrance and come in with my sword.
Yeah.
And then I just need to go like that down at the ground and then I can start the show.
That would be amazing.
That would be good.
Get you some music, get the old the smoke going as well.
Yeah.
Sorted it. We'll sort that for tomorrow morning.
There we go. There's an idea.
Yeah.
Sound idea. So the reason I've done that just at the moment is I just want to pop that into place, and then once I'm happy, so I'm going to pop it here, and then I'm going to press that into place now.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop. I've got a little bit. I've used my double-sided tape. I would use my small red liner tape, but we're good to go here. So then what I have also done beforehand, Ben, is I've taken another piece of the mount board, white as it is. I've not added any pictures or anything like that. I've just ran through the white mount board with the jigsaw, and then I've coloured some in the yellow of, this is just a classic pens, and I've coloured some in with the orange. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start to build up my initial at the side. So if we come along with foam pads, of course.
Put up your initial?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All will be revealed in a moment or two. Actually, I better check, Johnny, how long have we got? Enough to do this. Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, very precise.
Just whilst you're searching there, by the way, Dana's just saying, I love the jigsaw. Mary Kay says, I'm actually working on a 1,000-piece puzzle as I'm watching you now. Mary, what's the puzzle of? I want to know what you're putting together there. Alicia says, good morning, Ben and Craig. Craig, you did an awesome job last night on HSN. Ben, thank you for being an awesome host this morning, as always. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Wendy says, my friend got a 15,000-piece jigsaw.
What?
It was a battle scene, so all brown, red and black. Took us most of the race season to complete it. And Michelle's saying, I took a great picture of my tulips that I'm planning to create a jigsaw puzzle with. Yeah, the world is your lobster, as our Craig would say. But this really is.
It is. You know, once you start doing your makes with the jigsaw, you'll start to get more and more ideas. You think, oh, I could make a jigsaw out of this or that or the next thing. So go for it.
And great, as you say, a great excuse to be printing out your photos as well, and whether or not you're going to use those, as Craig is doing here, to create a nice crafty project or to actually create a jigsaw puzzle. I think it's a great idea. Michelle says, nice picture, Craig. And Laura says, just whilst you're sticking this together, what does your mum think, Craig, of us calling you the Hottie Scotty?
I've not actually asked her.
Oh, she should have asked this today. Have you not?
I've not asked her. You know, it's not something I go around asking people.
I bet he does.
No, I don't.
No?
Let's go white first. Yeah, it's not something... Yeah, I don't know.
She must know about it.
I think she does, Charlotte. Yeah,
she must know about it.
She does know about it.
I bet she's proud. I bet she likes it. If you were here yesterday, I was trying to... I was asking Craig's mum like loads of questions. I was trying to get the dirt. I was trying to get the lowdown. All of the questions that you wanted answered, but basically there's no dirt on Craig at all. It's all, there was nothing, no juicy gossip, nothing to write home about. It was all very, you know,
model child.
He's a good lad. He's always been a good lad. You know, he was perfect at school. You know, perfect. You know, as a teenager, growing up, he's just you know, the perfect man. I mean, there was nothing. I was very disappointed.
No such thing as perfect.
No. Well, that's how it came out yesterday. By the way, loving what you're doing here, and I now understand what you were chatting about when you're going to put in on your initials there.
Yeah, so I'm just working it with the C, and then I'm layering up the side. So let's get a couple of other bits of foam pads. And I'm just thinking, Johnny's actually just said it in my ear.
Yeah.
Do you think I should give this away on my Facebook page?
I reckon you should, because yesterday, I mean, I don't want to keep going on about it. I made a double Z fold card on the craft along, and obviously I had that left over. So I've just this morning actually put the little competition live on my Facebook page to give her my little Z fold. It's an original Moseby. I mean, it's going to be worth millions in years to come.
Yep.
So I reckon you absolutely should, because you've got about a zillion followers on your page. So I reckon you should do that, definitely.
I will do that then.
Yes.
Later on today, I will pop a picture up and we'll find a way for you to enter. I'll just be kind of like a standard like and share. I'll maybe ask you,
I just did a
non-hard question.
Leave a comment and share if you want to. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Make it nice and easy.
That's a good idea.
24 hours. Are you always done?
There we go.
Okay.
So to fill in that side here, we've started to incorporate some of the other bits as well. We've still got little bits left over that we can use, but when you actually have a look, focus in, you can see that we've got the colours here that work in with my initial. So finishing it off, so you can see here. So obviously, depending on your initial, some will be simpler than others, but it's an idea that you can do as well. A nice different take as well. It's obviously the front of a card. Could be in a photo frame if you're going to be giving it a gift to someone, but I will do that later on today. I'll put details up as to how someone can win it.
Superb. Producer Johnny is going to be looking at your page later on. He wants to grab it, so he's going to like and share that post. Just before we quickly move on, fantastic project, Craig. But Annette says I've missed it. But what plate combination do you use in the Gemini for the Jigsaw die?
Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you're using the large Gemini or the Gemini Junior. It's your 2 cutting plates and your plastic shim. That's all that you need to be getting these through your Gemini and cut just perfectly.
Super duper. We're going to come back to your random crafts of kindness in just a few moments' time. However, let us just recap on the deal of the day. This really is an unbelievable buy, and it is around just for 24 hours or whilst stocks last. Last I heard, I think over a quarter of the stock had already gone. In fact, scratch that, a third of the stock has now gone. This is box number 23. So again, if you were one of those people who yesterday, as we were chatting about these boxes, saying, I've missed out on a few. If you haven't got 23 in your life, get it now, because if you're platinum, it's £16 or $16. You get 100 bonus points on this just for the 24 hours as well. And it's all about the floral decoupage. It's all about giving you the dies and the stamps to be able to create some beautiful decoupage pieces. You get 48 sheets of the decoupage, all right? So there's 2 designs, 24 sheets of each. You get the dies to be able to cut out those images. But the great thing is, once you've run out of the papers with the decoupage elements on, you've got stamps in there to use in conjunction with the dies. As always with these boxes, it says makes a minimum of 18 cards. You'll make a lot more, of course, because you've got the stamps and the dice forever if you look after them. But there's card blanks in here, all your envelopes, you've got your printed papers, those decoupage sheets which I talked about, you've got your coloured card pack and your embellishments. In this case, there are your pearls, 100 pearls, and your ribbons as well in the 3 different sizes. So definitely worth going for today. If you just want to get started with floral decoupage, it's perfect. If you want to kind of build your collection of boxes, it's perfect. And actually, if you just want great value for money and 100 extra bonus points, grab it today. This deal will not be here tomorrow. It'll be back to the usual price, and it may well be sold out at this rate. So grab it while you can. Other thing to mention that during Creative Cravings, we will be bringing you our Hero Tool. And this again is a super deal. Pick it up before the show, because again, when we come along to the show a little bit later on, no doubt we'll be busy for this. This one is your small guillotine. I think perfect for the fact that it does everything that you want it to do. We saw yesterday Jan using her guillotine for all of those different mats and layers. Perfect for that within your craft. Perfect for all your measurements as well. You've got that hardened stainless steel blade in here as well. You've got your integrated scoring board function functionality, and you've got that easy to grip handle. And of course, you've got your metric and imperial measuring guide here too. The fact that as well that this is portable. So again, if you are looking to get out and about, crafting with friends, you know, craft clubs and those kind of things, getting back on again, this is absolutely perfect for that. If you want to grab it today, it is £20 or $27 less your platinum membership. Of course, that really is a super price. £16 or $21.60. We'll be featuring that a little bit more on Creative Cravings later on this evening. Now, of course, with it being Wednesday, it is our random crafts of kindness. Thank you for sending these in as well, by the way. We have had a few come through on the socials, which are fantastic. We'll look at those in just a little while, but we have had some pictures sent in. So let's go back to the ones which you have been sending in to us. Marianne Squire Matzer says, for National Library Week recently, my friends of the library group had volunteers each pick a day to bring in a sweet treat for the staff. I chose Saturday and brought in chocolates and this thank you card. I've also volunteered to batch make statement butterfly greeting cards with 6x6 envelope boxes to sell at user book sales in May to fundraise. I've already started making the cards with the beautiful butterflies, pad and Centura pearl. That is absolutely stunning, isn't it?
How gorgeous is that? Yeah, the layout, the colour palette, the actual design of it. Absolutely phenomenal. I know this has obviously just been the first Wednesday I've been here where we are doing these. I know I'm going to have an absolute blast seeing these week after week, all the things that you're going to be doing. So nice, aren't they, Ben?
Absolutely. I love these stories. And Sue Thomas has also sent one in saying, my late dad lived in the same village, Keighley in Yorkshire, as Captain Sir Tom Moore. Oh. He was a year older and was in a year above at the local grammar school. My dad so wanted to see his 100th birthday, but sadly missed it by 16 months. So when I heard about Captain Tom reaching his century, it seemed a lovely opportunity to make a special card that I was sadly unable to make for my much loved dad. It was emotional making it. And I do admit I shared a tear or two, but it was made with love for two special men. As like Captain Tom, my dad fought in World War II for king and country, which is an amazing story, Sue. And I tell you what, that is a lovely card and a lovely tribute to both men. Absolutely brilliant. And that's what these about, these random crafts of kindness. Please do, because we love reading these. They're such amazing stories. We love reading these. We love sharing all of the pictures as well. So if you have done something similar, if you've got pictures as well, you can send those in to us here. So share an image and story of something you've made to brighten a stranger's day. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is the email address to send those into. And we look forward to reading more of those on Wednesdays to come, because we're going to do this each and every Wednesday. Georgianne on Facebook just saying random acts of kindness are from the CCTV team. You've all kept me in a great frame of mind. Also many project ideas for some gorgeous ideas. I absolutely love craft along. So thank you for that. And Michelle Parsons on YouTube says, act of kindness to our family. Last May we ran low on bottled water. Husband is in dialysis and we can only use bottled water. I put out a help message within hours. 3 months of water was delivered by our neighbours. I cried at the outpouring of kindness. That is absolutely lovely. Thank you, Michelle, for that message. And as I say, if you want to share any more of your random crafts of kindness, get those in on that email and we'll share them in the coming weeks. Always a Wednesday, we'll be doing that here on Crafters TV. Right, so we've covered off loads on the show already, haven't we? We've had a look at those jigsaw dies, we've had a look at the word shape dies, and something that we've got coming up later for you as well. A little bit of foiling, potentially, and who better than to do this with than the foil king himself, without his shirt, without his foil press. Where's that shirt gone, by the way?
The foil press shirt?
Yeah.
Don't know, actually.
Ah.
I'm not sure. I'm not really bothered about finding it, to be honest with you, but, you know, not overly concerned. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I may have hid it.
Yeah.
You know.
I thought you loved that shirt.
I don't love. You
No.
know, love is a strong word. Love is a strong word. I don't use it often.
No.
Don't use it for the shirt.
Okay. Well, tell us about this collection anyway.
Go for it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do these. Now these, actually tell you what, let's show you some of the samples. Now originally when these came out with little alphabets to go in the middle. So what I need you to do is you're going to be having a look at the actual frame, not the alphabets, because you can be using them on their own, and I'll show you that just shortly. So within this one here, this as you can see is the laurel wreath. So it's this foiled element all the way round. This is our next one. This is our mono geometric frame, and that's this one here. So whether you're going to be using your foils obviously to foil onto your card or multimedia projects, it's up to yourself. Again, now on this one is the elegance frame, mono elegance frame. This one being the mono hex frame. Again, we're looking at that frame on the outside that you can see here. Or what about, here's our next one. So once again, we're just looking at the frame aspect. We're doing these on different fabrics, you know, whether it's faux leather. So lots of different ways and lots of different things that you can do with them. But please don't just think as though you need to have the alphabets. You don't. So I think maybe what we'll do, maybe time-wise, I'll show you one with the alphabets. Maybe you've got the alphabets in the past on their own and not got the frames. But first and foremost, let's take, I'm going to take some cardstock. This is a bit of a tan cardstock, so it's not quite craft card, but it is a tan card. Now, what's really exciting, Ben, I am using our rose gold. It's actually, well, it is a rose gold foil. Paper craft foil. All our foils. Back in stock.
No, all of them?
All of them. And we put them in a bundle for you.
You are kidding me.
Nope. So this is our Gemini Papercraft Foil Collection, 11 elements or 11 rolls, 5 metres in each one. £30 here in the UK, $38 for you guys stateside. Now, it says Papercraft foils. It does vellum, it does acetate, it does glitter card, it does matte card, it does fabrics, it does ribbons. So although it says papercraft foil, this is the foil that you're going to be using for, I would say about 95% of your foiling. So if you're running low, even if you're not running low, that's an incredible buy to get them into your basket and make sure you've got them there so that you're not going to run out coming along, because it's taken us a while to get them all back in stock. So make sure, so we've got disco ball, we've got gold shimmer, we've got icicle. Icicle's good for doing kind of like a, not so much a waterpress technique, but a resist technique with your inks.
Love the disco ball.
Disco ball, yep. We've got a berry, gold shimmer. So we've got all of these, the ones that you know and love within that bundle there. So
and that's £24, isn't it?
Yeah.
Off your platinum, or $30.40. That's a bargain.
It really is. It really, really is. So how do these work? Maybe you've not actually seen the foil press. Obviously, we won't focus too much on Wake Up Call about the foil press itself, but let's bring in the laurel wreath here. Now, the way these work, intend to work, is if we bring in the foil press stamp. Now, it is a stamp, looks like a die, but it is a foil press stamp, creates like a letterpress technique. Now this aperture bit within the middle here, what they are for is we did originally as well have alphabets to go with them.
Oh yes.
So you create your monogram within the middle. So it could be your initials, you know, you've got spaces, so it could just be your first and second name, the initials, you've got hashtags, you've got numbers and that as well. So what you would then do, so let's go for B, and then let's go for one of my favourite stores, and an M. And that's not why I'm doing it, but it just so happens.
That's my initials.
That's your initials.
Yay.
So what I'm going to... Yeah, I do like that store.
Yeah.
I do like Home Bargains.
I don't know if I've ever been in one of those stores, actually.
Have you not?
Not the B&M one, I don't think I have.
Yeah. Oh, and the range.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Gotta love the range.
You have.
Now, what we've done, so although it gives you the ability to do 3 of your letters.
Was that the actual tune? You just made that up?
Yeah, it is. Gotta love the range. Or is it Welcome to the Range?
Are you thinking of Welcome to the Jungle?
Yeah.
That's what you were thinking of, isn't it?
Yeah. But no, you can tell I like to shop in there, having the jingle in my head.
Oh dear. You're in such a jolly mood today, considering you were up till stupid o'clock this morning. I'm loving it.
It's funny that, isn't it, when you get very little sleep? It seems to be the days that I've just got full of energy. I'm going to come crashing down later on.
Yeah, but 2 o'clock. Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it.
Yeah. So it's all fun. It's all the fun. You're back. Started off the week with Joe, and then not so much ending it with you because Thursday's your last day.
Tomorrow's my last day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Becky on Friday. So you've had all 3 of us.
So all 3 is.
Yeah.
And then Johnny and Charlotte as well for the next few days as well. So great week.
It's all great week. It's all good.
So literally within the 1 week, I've got all teams together.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it. So let's go back to these ones here. So we've got our frames. So this is where you can do your 3 letters into the middle. However, what we've also got is you do have spacers if they're original set. So what I'm going to do here is I pop my spacer in so that we've got it spaced out.
Yep.
So this is how these would originally work. But to show you as though you don't need to have them, I'm going to bring in this one on its own. Now for something this small, I'll say small, it's relatively small, I'm going to come up to 10 seconds for this one.
Oh yeah.
Just having to think there off the top of my head, this size. You do get matrix when it comes to the foil press, as many people know. But when it's something that you do quite a lot, there's a lot of sizes that just time-wise in my head I kind of go with. So I'm popping it on. Green light means we're ready to go. I like to put my carbon plate over the top and press start. I've got my rose gold foil here. And now things like this, it's quite essential, Ben, to make sure your foil is kind of as close to the size of your foil press stamp.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to do shiny side down. And then I'm going to come in. Oh, I've got a bit of adhesive stuck on my finger. There we go.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come in with my cardstock. We're then going to bring in our carbon plate again. I'm going to slide it out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this one through our Gemini Junior, which goes straight into the Junior. You can use a large Gemini. You'll need an extender plate if you're going to use that one. This is then going to come out. So if we bring this one out here, so then what I'm going to do is you'll see straight away, and then as if I peel, look at that, I've got, that's a little bit of the excess from the Jigsaw before. So you've got your laurel wreath frame. Now, instantly what you think is this little aperture bit, for some reason that's going to shine through or it's going to be seen, maybe embossed or that, but it doesn't. So that means if you've got any circle sentiments, any circle toppers, you're able to then start to pop them into the middle, create your own, die cut them with your nesting dies, then you'll be able to do that. So let's set this one to the side for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my circle stitched edge nesting dies. And I think let's go for this one here. So we're going to pop that one in here. And then I'm going to run this one through and we're going to die cut it. So you can still get the whole design within the middle. And we're going to run this one through and this is going to give us our perfect circle all the way around.
So a couple of questions about about foiling. So Nee wants to know, do we need a special foil for fabric or faux leather?
Sorry, Ben, what was that?
Do we need a special foil for fabric or faux leather?
So for, what would say, when it comes to your real leather, and I mean real leather, that's when you would use your multimedia foils. But things like your faux leathers, still use your paper craft foil. It's what I do when it comes to your faux leathers and that. So that's why I like to make a point to say it says paper craft foils, but this is where it's going to cover majority of your mediums. So if you're going to be using real leather, then I would use your multimedia foils. Other than that, use your paper craft foils for everything.
Brilliant. And Alicia says, Craig, can you foil on a stamped image?
So you can. So as long as you've stamped it, so as long as you've got your design already stamped out, all that is basically is you're foiling onto cardstock or obviously whatever medium. If you're using stamps, it's going to be stamped onto cardstock, stamp out your design and then place your foil press stamp or image, whatever it is you're using, the position that you want, foil it and run it through. So yeah.
Yeah. There's just loads of chat about the foils being back in stock as well. It's one of those things, there's various things on this particular channel that when they go out, everybody panics when they're out of stock, and I think foils is certainly one of those. We had a show want to say it was a couple of weeks ago where we had, I think, maybe a couple of the colours of foils in, and everyone was very disappointed. Now we've got them all back in. There will be a mad rush on these, I'm absolutely sure. And Craig's made a really great point here. Even if you're thinking, wow, I've got loads of the colours already, I don't need to get them. You do need to get them, because the thing is, you will run out of the foils that you've got now, and chances are when you come back, if you don't get them now, they'll be sold out again.
Absolutely. You're right. You're spot on. And these are the consumables you don't want to run out with. So what I do is I wanted to show you, because a lot of people do think you need to use the alphabets with them. You don't have to. So using that, pop a sentiment or a topper within the middle there. Alternatively, if you do want to use them with maybe your alphabets that you do have, or again, that could be a topper or a sentiment, front of a card, wedding invites, name placements, wraparounds around your napkins, anything like that, then you can absolutely be doing with these ones here. So that's just a little smidge, a little bit of a taster as the foil press, the paper craft foils, but also the monogram stamps that are going to be coming up in Creative Cravens, which is going to be ending the day here in the UK, but it's afternoon for you guys, actually morning for some of you as well. 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern time, or of course 11 a.m. Pacific time. Oh, just about got to the end of the show, having all the times right.
Listen, just before we disappear, I must just recap on the deal of the day. We're really busy for this, and I am not surprised, because it is these on any other day of the week are phenomenal, I think, at the price you get them for. But to get this today for £20 or $20, which is £16 or $16 if you're platinum. There was a few questions as well. People asking whether there's still a 20% off on this show.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to pick up as well.
There is. I did read some of that. There might have potentially been some gremlins at the start of the show, which our team were looking at. But yeah, it's all been sorted. So this is definitely still, as per normal, if you're platinum, 20% off. So this is, £20, $20. And of course, you get your platinum on top of that as well, and 100 bonus points. It's your floral decoupage craft kit. As I said, decoupage made easy. You've got the dies in there, you've got the stamps in there, you've got the decoupage sheets, so 2 different designs which you can use those dies on to make those really, really beautiful floral decoupage elements. And then on top of that, you've got all your envelopes, you've got your different card blanks in there too. You've got things like your ribbon and your pearls in there. You've got your coloured card pack, your card sheets in there too. There's so much. And of course, once you've run out of your consumables, you've still got the dies and the stamps to play with to create your own decoupage as well. It's a lovely, lovely box. If you already collect these and you haven't got this, now's the time to buy it. If you are looking for a great way to get crafting inexpensively, this is a great way to go. And if you're looking for gift ideas as well for crafty people in your life, then these are a must-have. Well over a third of the stock of these is gone. We're going to keep featuring this right throughout the day as well. And as more and more people wake up and join us for this Wednesday, more and more of these boxes will go. It's a 24-hour time-limited deal. So if you don't grab it today, if there's any stock left tomorrow, you will not be getting this deal. So you have been warned. Right, what you got, Craigie?
Rightio, so we'll just do a little bit of a recap as to what's coming up throughout the day as well. What I want to say is obviously, what Ben was just showing you there, out of everything that we've got on all of our shows today, I really do urge you, if you've got your foil press, check out those foils, because they are all back in stock. Don't know how long. I know some of you, when they do come in stock, you like to stock up, maybe 1 bundles, 2 bundles. So if it is something that you're interested in, do get them into the basket, because, it's Debbie for the rest of the day, so I'm not here to give you a little bit of a reminder. And I can actually see in the corner of my eye, she just popped into the studio. Hi Debbie! Hello! There you go. So talking about Debbie's going to be coming up in the next show, which is Craft Along. So she's going to be using our those big word stamps, where if you go for the bundle today, you're going to be getting all of those dies, but you're going to be getting the stencils and also the stamps for free. So that is Craft Along. That's then of course going to be 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time. Then she's going to be back again. Both the shows going to be with Ben as well. So that's going to be Creative Cravens, and you can see some of the things we've picked upon as well, focusing on things like the foil press and a lot more goodies too. So that will be 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern time, or 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then that will be your day for today. Don't forget, you can always go back, even when we're not live, you can go back. I'll always say go back onto YouTube, because you can click and subscribe. So when we go live, you're going going to get an alert to say we are live, but of course you can go back, you can then start to watch past shows, get lots of inspiration, get lots of ideas, you can create your own playlist, but I've just learnt what that meant yesterday, which I say that, I know what a playlist is of music. Didn't know you could do that with YouTube. That's good to know. Wait until you see what my Crafter's Companion playlist is going to be. If you do want any more inspiration certainly when it comes to the foil press, because a lot of you were just loving that little couple of minutes we done there. A lot of you loving the ideas that were done with the foil press. So that will be coming up again in Creative Cravings later on today, but you can go back onto YouTube where there's so many ideas, hints and tips back on there. And yes, also, the Jigsaw. You're loving the Jigsaw as well. Yeah, I think there's just so much you can do with it, isn't there?
Absolutely.
So many you can do with it.
It is going to be one of those days today where there will be bargains galore. You will not want to miss out. And as Craig says, kicking off with that craft along. As always with those craft alongs as well, if you can't be with us to craft along live, you can come back and do that at a later date. But make sure you do not miss out on all the fun coming up with me and Debbie today. And I guess you're back tomorrow for Wake Up Call.
I am going to be back tomorrow. I believe you're back tomorrow?
I am.
Johnny, you back tomorrow? Charlotte, you back tomorrow? Yeah, we're all back tomorrow. So we're going to do it all over again, same time tomorrow, being 12 p.m. here in the UK, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Pacific Time. Where with it being Thursday, we're going to be having a look to see what's coming up in the craft vault. Cartload
with Debbie
Thursday.
Fisher.
Debbie Fisher's going to be in the building. And then tomorrow as well, is it launch?
Oh, now you're getting me. Tomorrow we've got a cartload. Before that, we've got a masterclass.
Masterclass. Yes. Masterclass. Well, I'll let you have a think about that. You can always go across to our schedule, kind of like what me and Ben should be doing. I'm going to toddle off for the rest of the day, and I'm going to see you at the same time tomorrow with Ben, Charlotte, and Johnny, and of course you guys as well. Have a lovely day. What a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.